Joëlle Trampert, and I'm researching state responsibility for complicity in human rights violations at the University of Amsterdam. Imagine your friend asks you for a knife. You have reason to believe he'll use this knife to attack an enemy. Now, helping your friend in this instance would be illegal. We've all watched enough TV to understand the concept of aiding and abetting. But what happens when a state offers a hypothetical knife to another state? Last year, the UK Supreme Court heard a high-profile case concerning two members of an Islamic State terror cell, also known as the Beatles. The two men have committed terrible crimes in Syria, including the murders of American and British aid workers and journalists. While the facts of this case are fascinating, what I'm interested in is what happened at state level. Initially, the US wanted to prosecute the pair for crimes which carried the death penalty in America. To do so successfully, the US needed information from the United Kingdom in the form of hundreds of witness statements. The UK agreed to supply this evidence, despite the US confirming it would use this evidence to secure the death penalty. Basically, the UK agreed to hand a knife to the US. The death penalty is outlawed in Europe as it is contrary to human rights law. Extraditing a person to a country where he or she may face the death penalty is also contrary to human rights law. In this case, however, it was not about the transfer of a person, but the transfer of information. And even though, in the Beatles case, this information would be instrumental in the imposition of the death penalty, the transfer of the evidence as such is not unlawful under international law. This illustrates a wider problem. While certain specific types of assistance are unlawful, other types are not. The law as it stands today is a patchwork of rules, all prohibiting specific types of assistance. In my research, I analyse all these rules, and I'm seeking to establish an underlying principle that would close the current loopholes. Namely, where a specific type of assistance is not explicitly prohibited, or where the victim is not within the geographical borders of the assisting state. By interpreting human rights treaties in such a way as to include an underlying principle of non-facilitation, states would no longer be able to use and abuse gaps in the law that was drafted several years or several decades ago. Now, states will often claim that they were not aware of the risks. But in an era where information is always at our fingertips, ignorance of the facts is not an adequate defense. Just as we don't allow you to hand a knife to your murderous friend, we can't allow states to hand a metaphorical knife to another state.